Welcome to this session in which I am discussing few short questions on paper number 8, that is Statistical Methods Part 2. So these are the likely to be questions. You can focus on these questions. What are those questions? Question number 1. Define the terms level of significance and power of the test. See friends, these short questions are maybe asked in question number 3. And in question number 3, you have to attempt any 4 questions out of 6 questions. Each question carries 4 marks. So that is 4 multiplied by 4 is equal to 16 marks. Question number 3 is of 16 marks. So this is the first question. Define the terms, level of the significance and power of the test. Level of the significance 2 marks, power of the test 2 marks. Second, based on small sample size, explain the procedure for testing equality of two population variances. So this is the equality of population variance test, that is F test. So this question is based on F test. What is time series? Discuss the need of time series. Define the time series and discuss any 4 needs of time series. Definition of time series is of 2 marks and need of time series is of 2 marks. Describe seasonal variation in time series with illustration. So first you need to discuss a seasonal variation and give an example of seasonal variation. What do you understand by process control and product control? So explain what is meant by process control. So that is of 2 marks. And the product control is also of 2 marks. Explain control chart for number of defects per unit for unknown standards. So this is related with C chart. So number of defects per unit is a C chart. And there are 2 ways of looking towards the number of defect charts. One is when standards known and the second one is when standards are unknown. So you need to explain control chart for number of defects per unit for unknown standards. Focus on this unknown standards. Next, explain paired t-test with suitable example. Next question is define control chart, how it is constructed. So definition of control chart is 2 marks and the construction is for 2 marks. Explain chi-square test for goodness of fit. So that is for 4 marks. Define time series, state various components of time series. So definition of time series 2 marks and various components of time series is, so there are 4 components of time series: trend, seasonal variation, cyclic variation and irregular variation. Just you can write down these names. So that is the state various components of time series, that is for 2 marks. The next is explain progressive average method to determine trend value. So explain this method of measuring trend. Define C chart, state control limits of C chart. So define this C chart and control limits. So there are 3 control limits and write down these 3 control limits for C chart. Define time series, state various components of time series. So that the question is there. Explain progressive average method to determine trend value. The next is explain X bar chart for unknown standards. So X bar chart, mean chart, and explain mean chart for unknown standards. Explain t-test for testing H0 mu equal to mu naught. So explain this t-test. Distinguish between chance and assignable causes of variation. So write down 4 differences between chance and assignable causes of variation. Each difference carries 1 mark. And explain the term null hypothesis and the alternative hypothesis. So these are the few likely to be questions based on these are on statistical methods 2. You can focus on these questions. Thank you.